So today at Staverton Park Hotel and Golf Club, we're installing 2 new Easee 1 posts. We're replacing the old BG Sync post that was here. We're installing 2 chargers on each post. We're also going to install Monta. With Monta, the client are able to charge their clients to charge at their property, and it'll be charged back to the client so the client can make a little bit of money as well. So I feel like nowadays people are going towards the EV route, especially in a more commercial establishment like this, because say for example, this is a hotel, if someone's coming to stay here, they might have to plan where they're going to go and charge. Having a charger at the hotel gives them some sort of security, knowing that they can charge on site and not have to worry about charging before they go home. As well as there being a golf club here with high net worth individuals, bound to have electric vehicles, and yeah, it's perfect for them really. They can charge while they play golf. I definitely think it's a selling point for the EV chargers, because at the end of the day, even with a diesel or petrol vehicle, you're still going to have similar charges. So I feel like people are kind of weighing up their options, and especially with there being a grant increase, it's definitely more enticing to the client to want to go EV, or at least have the infrastructure in their house, because getting the grant for the charger is one thing, but you don't have to keep the car forever. So even if they wanted to go back to petrol, it's a selling point for them to have an EV charger at their house. So personally, at the beginning, even though I was an EV installer, I was kind of anti-EV because I'm a petrol head, I love cars. But the more and more the industry grows, I am slowly starting to think that it is good. I have driven EV cars and they are amazing. Having an EV charger at home is very beneficial. Even if you didn't use it and you lived in a quite populated area like in London itself, you could hire out your EV charger to the public. There's apps where you can basically post your EV charger on it and let someone else come and charge their car and charge them for it. So even if you don't have an EV car, or if you don't have an EV car for long, it's definitely worth having, I believe. So we've put 4 black caps on the bolts at the bottom. That kind of just encloses the bolts, protects them from rusting, protects them from any rain. Also gives the post a bit more of a sleeker look, as you haven't got the random silver shiny bits at the bottom. So on the back end of this fence, we're going to be installing a cab. Inside the cab, I'm installing a couple sockets for the Wi-Fi router, the antenna, and everything Wi-Fi related for the chargers. Then on this fence here, we're going to install a pole, which is going to have an antenna on it, which is going to give direct Wi-Fi to the 4 chargers, just to ensure a strong connection. The thing stopping me going EV at the moment is just the range on the vans. So I drive a diesel van, you can get about 500 miles out of the van, and I fill up my tank probably 3 or 4 times a week. So if I was going to be driving EV, I would probably have to go 2 times a day, maybe at least once a day to charge my van, and that's during the day as well. So it would prolong my days. That's the only reason why I haven't made that jump yet. However, if I was to ever go and get a personal car with all the grants that you can get and the tax benefits, I would definitely go EV. I would get this is a difficult one, but I like the new Armada. You can get them fully specced out for about £40,000 and they're amazing cars. I've driven one of them. So we've run our power cable. We haven't fully cleated it in on this bit here, but this is our power cable, which is going to supply 2 sockets in this box. In this box, we're going to have 2 double sockets. One's going to be for the internet router, and the other one's going to be just like a service socket. So if we ever have to come out and service it, we have a socket there. And we are going to run all of our cables from the antenna, which is on that pole up there. That's receiving the Wi-Fi. That's going to give us Wi-Fi to our router, which is going to supply Wi-Fi to the 4 chargers just on the other side of that fence there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely say that this project is no more than a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 meaning easy, because we had existing chargers already here, so we hadn't had to run any cables, and the posts are going on existing EV blocks, so we haven't had to dig up the posts and cement them in. So we've had solid fixings, it's been smooth. So we're installing 4 chargers on this job, replacing the 2 previous chargers. However, it is a massive car park, and I'm almost certain that after they get used to using the chargers, get used to the Monta system, that they will be getting more chargers, especially for the size of the car park. I'm just adding all of the chargers to the Easee app in preparation for connecting them to both Wi-Fi and the Monta system. Best thing about being an EV installer is Number one, being kind of first hand in the industry, so you know the pros and the cons for if you want to make the move. You work outside, it's a pro and a con because of the weather. Could be good, it could be bad. And you get to meet new people, go to loads of different sites all the time and be part of the growing movement.